bit of hopium, okay? Just a little bit. You might find this kind of silly. I don't really care. Here's some hopium. I actually have a friend. You guys know Swish Hill. He actually hit me up and he was like, dude, I took a look at some of the last drafts and the Spurs are kind of in the perfect spot. You can call it rigged if you want. I don't know. I don't know what I would call it. So, as it stands right now, as you can see, the San Antonio Spurs are sitting right at 8, right? And as it stands, our odds here, can we just go to pick odds? Is that where we go? Yeah, yeah. All right, so you can see that the Spurs odds right now, it seems like it's pretty low, right? But if you add in the fact that we also have Atlanta's pick, that increases our odds just a little bit, right? So, funny thing about it is you can think of it this way, right? The San Antonio Spurs got just they got the same amount of chances of getting the 10th overall pick as they do the first overall pick, right? 6.8% chance of getting the 10th, 6% chance of getting the first, virtually the same. But he actually showed me this and I was like, oh my goodness, I wasn't aware of this. I didn't think about this. So if you go back to previous drafts, like I said, the San Antonio Spurs right now we're sitting at 8, right? You look at other drafts, a lot of teams that are around that 7 to 9 range bumped all the way up to the top 4. Like, incredibly so. Like, you can see Reed Shepherd, they went up 6 spots, right? So they were originally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were sitting at 9th. You can take the Atlanta Hawks, who ended up getting the first overall pick. They jumped up 9 spots, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They jumped all the way from 10th, right? And then if you go to 20, I think 2023 wasn't as impressive, but even yet and still, you got Scoot Henderson. They went from 5th to 3rd. But you go to 2022, it gets interesting again. You got Keegan Murray, that they went from the 7th spot all the way to the 4th. You go to 2021, you have Scotty Barnes for Toronto Raptors. They went up 3 spots from that 7th. So it seems like sitting around this range, in recent history, teams have bumped up quite a bit into that range. Same thing here. The Bulls took Patrick Williams at 4, right? They went up 3 spots. The Hornets went up 5 spots and got LaMelo Ball. So it's possible. I just want to give you some hopium. It's possible. So the Spurs, I don't know if the basketball guys will let it happen. Okay, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I mean, look at this. Atlanta Hawks again. They went up 7 spots. Where the heck were they sitting at 7 spots? I'm bad at math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They were 11th. Good God. But you can see here, the Memphis Grizzlies. This is the big one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They were sitting at that 8th spot, and they got Ja Morant at number 2. So all I'm trying to say, and Zion Williamson, you can see here with the Pelicans, they went up 6 spots, right? So all I'm trying to say, it's a possibility. I know that we want to just call it off and say, there's no shot. Spurs don't get that. We're going to get 8th, and that's that on that. There is a chance that we could end up getting a top 4 pick. And if that happened, Cooper flag. Cooper flag chance is low, but never zero. Like I said, you go back to recent. I mean, we're back at 2019 at this point, and you can see teams that are around that range have bumped up significantly so. So yeah, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So I don't know. I don't think it's rigged, but I don't know what's going on. But he brought it to my attention. I was like, I want to show you guys this because I just think that's pretty fascinating. You can go to the Kings. They end up getting the 7th or 2nd overall pick, and they were sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 7th overall. That it just seems like that range, man. Conspiracy. I need a tinfoil hat. But we're back at 2018 now. So I just want you guys to have a little bit of hopium, okay? I know that we're going to take, multiple weeks at this point, talking about all the different players that we can get. I guess it won't be that long since we literally have the draft or the lottery coming up. Not that long, but we're going to be talking about plenty of players that the Spurs could potentially get at that 8th spot and that 14th spot. But man, I'm starting to think that maybe we should talk about those top 4, top 5 picks, because a lot of these teams skyrocketed from where the Spurs are supposed to be. They have skyrocketed in that top 4 spot. And the NBA, we know that, this is where I need the tinfoil hat, okay? We know that the NBA said that they've been struggling when it comes to ratings. What better ratings is to make the San Antonio Spurs must-watch television? We already know Wemby is. We can make the San Antonio Spurs as a whole much-watch television. I wonder, I'm going to be real with you guys, okay? This is kind of weird. We're kind of a weird spot right now. This is more like a yap session now. I'm more like yapping with the chat now. It's kind of weird being a Spurs fan, man, because back in the day when we used to win, we were always the underdog, and we were always the team that would test other teams, right? Like, we were only on television, so you get to see the Boston Celtics really go against a good challenge. You get to see the Los Angeles Lakers and Kobe go against a really good challenge. It was always just like, we're just the obstacle, right? Like, but no one hated us, but we were also kind of underdog. We weren't expected to win it all. But now, when you have somebody with true superstardom like Victor Wembanyama, I wonder if the Spurs will become the villains. And I'm not used to that. Because if the Spurs were to actually bump up to this spot, guys, and let's just say, I mean, I know this is crazy, but let's just say Spurs get number 1. We get the first overall pick. If the Spurs got the first overall pick and grab Cooper Flag, I don't think teams would like us, bro. I think we would legit be the villains. I think, and this would actually be the first time in Spurs history that we were the villains of the league. I would love for us to be the villains. We've never been that. We've never been that. So yeah, just interesting nonetheless. Okay, and this is going to be like a mini rant. This has nothing to do with the draft whatsoever, okay? But it does have to do with Wembanyama, kind of. I recently watched Dwight Howard and Shaq have a one-on-one, and it was the most frustrating, infuriating thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I just want to say that I think it is so stupid that Shaq says, in order for you to, this is basically what he's saying, right? He didn't say it in exact words, but in order for you to be a true leader or show true passion or be like a phenomenal player, you have to just be mean on the court all the time. You just need to be nasty. You need to be a jerk. You need to be, in people's face. You need to and it's like, okay, Shaq. He really tried to rewrite history with this, because even I think back, and I think this is why he doesn't talk about Duncan a lot, because he directly goes against his entire ideology when it comes to that, because Duncan was not like that. Like, Duncan was a little snappy, sometimes, but he wasn't like a crazy trash talker or just get in your face and go crazy. And he wasn't about the showmanship, but he destroyed Shaq on many of occasions. So what are we talking about? Steph isn't a jerk or mean. Steph Curry. Yeah, but I guess he wouldn't consider him dominant because he's not a big man. Shaq is, I don't know. He's full of it. Even trying to tell Dwight Howard, like, oh, I was only talking trash to you and saying that you're trash and you're awful and you're terrible because I wanted you to do well. No, you didn't. Y'all were literally in the league together, my guy, when you started talking trash about Dwight. You were just angry that he did the Superman stuff. And it wasn't even about him. He did it because of Soulja Boy, so I don't know. Duncan is a complete antithesis. I can never say that word. Antithesis to Shaq. That's why he don't talk about him. He doesn't like Duncan, bro. Jokic is one of the most humble players since Duncan, but don't cross him like Morris did. Yeah. Shaq always saying the trash talk is to motivate players. It's so full of it. All it really is his ego, and he's jealous. He has a jealousy problem. I mean, when someone asks him, hey, Shaq, do you think Wemby, is going to change the way that people play, like big men play? And his answer was, if I was still in the league, I would punch him in the mouth. What are you talking about? What did that have to do with anything that was just asked, my guy? Clan Shaq had always had it against the Spurs. He faked a story about David. Oh, yeah. Shaq also holds it against Duncan because Duncan won more titles. It's ridiculous, bro. Anyways. That's all I wanted to say. Super excited. You want ace if we get top 3. If the Spurs are 3 or 4, yes. Yeah, easily. If we're 1, you get Cooper. Like, I don't know. Hopefully this gave you guys a little bit of hopium, though.